Hello everyone, wading through the upcoming releases on Steam is an often sisfine and demoralising task. It sometimes feels like entering the personal hell of a customs officer, having to wade through endless streams of shite in order to find that one little nugget of Colombian marching powder. I've always been a huge fan of Steam, and I'm particularly encouraged by their recent pledge to run an open, unhindered and largely uncensored games marketplace. Yes, there's more shite to pick through, but some of that shite may have some added unintentional entertainment value. On the minus side, I don't know how many games I've missed because I just couldn't have been arsed wading through all the tat. Being an altruistic sort of fellow, I've decided that once a month I'm going to don my cavity searching gloves and pick through the veritable mountain of scat in the hopes of finding some condom wrapped powdery goodness for you to enjoy. Obviously I'll be pointing and smirking at the odd piece of undigested sweet corn along the way, but the overall purpose is to find games that show at least some sort of promise. Welcome to the Steam Rundown for July 2018. Kicking off on the 6th, we've the usual fare of low-effort indie titles and puzzle games, but then one game caught my attention for all the wrong reasons. This game looks like a standard low-budget hack-and-slash game, except it's more in the hack-and-club genre, and when I say club I really mean hack and beat with large pink dildos. The rest of the offerings for page 1 are equally unpromising. In terms of quality, page 2 takes over where page 1 left off, so those of you looking forward to a good new release on the 7th are going to be severely disappointed. One colourful game did catch my attention though. Gay Nation is a gay game that's so gay it has a warning on it that says it's for gays only. I presume that's in case straight people play it and catch the gay. Unfortunately, it looks like nothing else being released on the 7th reaches the towering production quality of Gay Nation. That's with the exception of Girls VR, which appears to be designed for those who like the risky idea of wanking while wearing a VR headset. On the 8th you can buy a game, and I shit you not ladies and gentlemen, it seems to star fucking Hitler and Donald Trump. The 9th and 10th are bleak days for new releases. Fortunately, coming sometime this summer, hopefully sooner rather than later, is Assetto Corsa Competizione. This is a follow-up to the much lauded Assetto Corsa from Cunos Simulazione, which is an extremely well-regarded racing simulation game. If you're wishing the 11th is going to be any different, may I suggest wishing in one hand and pissing in the other, see which one fills up first. If you're completely fucking terminally lazy, there is a Gym VR game. There's also a shitty PUBG clone. Slotted in for the 12th, but ominously coming sometime this summer, is a game that kind of piques my interest. It's called Soulfire, and it seems to be the debut title from a developer called iDream Company. The game is a side-scrolling 100-player fantasy battleground. It obviously takes some influence from the current trend of battle royale games, but it jumps off the influence train at exactly the right place. The graphics look nice and it looks like a hell of a lot of fun, so I hope it gains the player base required to avoid server queues. I was disappointed by Gold Digger Maze when I realised it wasn't a game about trying to avoid ladies who are only interested in one's bank balance. Slated for release on the 12th is Warhammer 40k Gladius, Relics of War. Obviously it's a turn-based strategy set in the renowned Warhammer 40k universe. The only issue is that for such a well-loved tabletop franchise, their forays into computer games are more often missed than hit. This is because Games Workshop often sell off their prize franchise like a one-titted prostitute to the first horny sailor or games developer that looks their way. I honestly don't know that much about the 40k universe, as I never played the tabletop games, because I had sex with women, real women. Most of the rest of the 12th looks pretty bleak. The 13th also seems about as stimulating as a Susan Boyle lookalike contest. There is a game on the 14th called Gay Battlegrounds, which appears to be not just for gays only, so feel free to give it a try. On the 16th we've a game allegedly inspired by Kevin Spacey and Gary Glitter, and endorsed by Nambla. Another interesting looking game that came up on the July list but doesn't appear to have a release date is called The Last Night. This is an indie cyberpunk pixel art adventure. I generally treat pixel art with the same disdain as people who knock on my door selling their god, but this game actually looks amazing. In the past, the dev Tim Soare managed to piss off some rabid social justice warriors, so if for nothing else he's probably deserving of support for that. It's a 2.5D game with elements of platforming and adventure. It looks quite interesting. The Glittering Diamond scheduled for release on the 19th of July is called Scriptum. It's a World War II first-person shooter with the emphasis on teamwork and communication. The trailer looks amazing, but I am a little concerned there's no actual gameplay in the trailer. However, when I did a little research on the developer, my concerns were considerably diminished. The developer are called Periscope Games, and they're comprised of two mod teams, one who produced mods for Battlefield 2 and the other who produced mods for Squad. If this game comes anywhere near the quality of Squad, it's set to be a fantastic shooter. On July 20th it looks like the DCS F-18 is in for some stiff competition with Flying Aces Navy Pilot Simulator, a VR flight game. Girl not included. You take the controls of what looks like an FA-18C if it were constructed with Lego and painted silver. You need a fairly decent PC and a VR headset, girl not included. Regrettably, on the upcoming games front, July ends with the same tired whimper as began. This is what's known in the games industry as the summer drought. I hope this has been at least somewhat informative. By the way, the game I've been playing in the background is called Aragami. It's basically a stealth ninja game set in feudal Japan, and it's very reminiscent of Tenchu. In other words, if you liked Tenchu, you'll find this extremely addictive. Until next time, I thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to dislike or tell me to go fuck myself below.